play 6, we see we're in really half-court pressure. Our slot official is working. He's working to get himself down. Again, we want to officiate action, not air. So our trail could probably work to get in a little bit, further down. That's kind of some of the things that we're talking about. But this is a good call. 0 swipes across the arm of the dribbler, and the only official that can rule on that is our slot official. Some questions I get is, where does my area extend? Well, it goes to who can see this. And that's why the mechanics are set up the way that they are, so we can look through these type of plays. And we look through 0 swipes across the arm. And again, we go back to RSBQ. Does 0's contact affect the dribbler's rhythm, speed, balance, and quickness? I think it does. This is correctly ruled by our slot official. All right, our next play is a very interesting play. We have contact, and again, we can't officiate things that just look ugly, okay? We have a block shot. Actually, the slow motion is a better look, but we have a player that leaps, flips over a guy. So first thing we have to referee is we have to referee this play right here. We have one's leaping to take a shot. I think potentially we have a held ball right here. I'll be honest, it's pretty easy to referee in slow motion, but we pass on the jump ball, comes down, we go back up and shoot, and then right here. So we have white that's going to undercut 12. It's a tough play because look how ugly it looks. It flips under, but remember, 12 goes up. He's allowed to return to the floor. Okay, and you see one just backs up underneath him. We rule the foul on one, which is correctly called. Our last 3 plays is a 3-play vignette that deals with unsportsmanlike or unsporting types of fouls. These are types of plays that must get by us as a crew to help de-escalate or preventing anything from escalating throughout a ball game. So this first play, we have a made bucket, and the team in red is picking up in full court pressure. So we have all 10 players currently in the backcourt. So really, we need to have all 3 sets of eyes focusing on these 10 sets of players in the front court. Our formerly new trail is in good position. He's responsible for the 5-second count. He's also responsible for the inbounder. But, we don't want to just stare right at the inbounder. Our slot official is in good position. He's in good position to start. I'd like to see our trail be in a little bit more in the screen as all these players are here. But let's spotlight or let's look at this action right here. So we have a bump, foul 1, okay? That's a common foul. And if we call this, we de-escalate the situation. So we have a chest bump. Our eyes are looking at inbounders from our slot official. I think if we can maybe widen our vision, we can maybe see both of this. I think also our trail official can get a look at it. But this is what the unsportsmanlike part is. We have a knee right here to the back of this player. This is not a common foul. That is a flagrant foul. So it's a live ball, so it's not a technical foul, but it's an intentional foul that would cause white to get 2 free throws and the ball back. So we don't get this. We go to the ground, and then we fall over him, and it's just a real ugly play. We'll see it in slow motion. It's just something that we have to get. So we have a common foul here, okay, and then we have what I would deem a flagrant foul right there with the knee in there. If this is a player that maybe you've had an issue with throughout the game, maybe he's had a hard foul, maybe he's been warned for a taunt or something like that. But I think an intentional foul, we let white shoot 2 free throws and get the ball back. And it's something that I really think we should have had a foul. Obviously, we have to have a foul on this, whether it's a common foul on the bump or a intentional foul with the knee to the back. So, again, this is a good job of dead ball officiating. It's late in the game. We have players on the ground, and we see a great example of sportsmanship. We see red 1 is going to lift up white player. And then we have a piece of pretty poor sportsmanship. We're going to look at this white jersey right here. You can see there's 5.7 seconds left in the game. He's going to take a swing, and he's going to miss. We come in, we give him a technical foul, and we actually have an ejection on this play. So just for our own training purposes, just because a closed fist, swing and miss is still deemed a fight by the LHSAA. And it's important that when we write up our reports, to be able to properly report what happened. The crew wrote it up as a fight. I supported it, and so did the LHSAA office. So our last play is a really really good example, and just to set this up. So we have a play. Blue is taking the ball out after White has called their fifth and final timeout of the game. Okay, so White is out of timeouts. Blue inbounds the ball. All right, and at this point the ball is stolen. Okay, so it's stolen right here, and we hit a layup. Team hits a layup, and then I'm going to pause it because the white team grabs the ball and holds on to it. At this point in time, our lead official blows his whistle, and he reports to the coach and to the table that we have a delay of game warning. Okay? We also let about 5 seconds run off the clock, and we don't add any time. In talking with the crew, I fully support this, but just something to think about. You know, when we look at an unsportsmanlike act, the white team is out of timeouts. By stopping the game, we're allowing the white team to set up a press. In essence, now we don't allow them to go to their sideline, but we basically give them a 6th timeout. Okay? So moving forward, while I support what the crew did here by delay a game warning and by letting some seconds run off the clock, really we should have had a technical foul for an unsportsmanlike act. The white team takes another timeout. They stop the clock. Okay, they stop the clock, and they buy themselves basically a 6th timeout right here. So moving forward, okay, I'm not saying this is planned or it's not planned, but regardless of the way it works out, this is a technical foul, and it should be called.